So here's an interesting deal. Hello, it's again another day in the shop. Now I know that my videos weren't supposed to be specific to mowers and anything to really do with mowers, but I keep getting them. So without further ado, let's see today's project. If you remember this, in the last video, I mentioned it needs a drive belt. The drive belt got wasted, and now we're going to do something so that it won't get wasted again. I'm thinking I might be able to get to what I need to get to from the top, and I'm going to take the seat off. This panel comes off, so I am going to pull it off, and let's see how much we can access in there. Okay, if you look in there, you can see we got a bit of stuff going on. So right here is the belt, and it's just toast. Once I figure out a plan of action, I will get back to you all. Okay, so got the deck off. For a little deck, there sure is a lot going on. Sometimes people, they over-engineer things or overthink things when they can keep it simple. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to get under here and see if there was a way. So what it is belt comes through the clutch, comes around the drive pulley, okay? And then it comes back and immediately cuts off the side of this pulley here. And it comes and goes through this thing here as a guide, and then comes to the pulley up here. Now, the problem is with it coming right off of here like that, instead of coming straight off the pulley and then turning. Well, the problem is it wears the belt out prematurely. And as you can see, here's the diagram. That is how the pulley works. But this belt, this part right down here, runs through that guide, and it slips off that pulley right there, as you can see. So that's a little bit of an issue. Let me think about it some more. Right now, I've got to call my buddy and let him know the belt size. Okay, so something that I'm looking at, of course, is this old. This was the manual tensioner from the Project Zero Turn. Now, most mower decks don't have these unless they're specifically designed. Now, I don't have a lot of options, but like I said before, this belt is coming off of here, and at this point, it is immediately turning and coming in to this, and then coming over into this side of the pulley. So that's quite a distance. And if I had a straight edge, you could get a better look at how that works, but I'm hoping that you all kind of get the idea that they did. So what I would like to do is, I don't want to change anything much, but I do want it to come off of this drive pulley straight. And in order to do that, you pretty much need to have some sort of a pulley right in here, so that it is basically in line with that drive pulley. So I think I have an idea. So here's an interesting deal. So I had stripped this bracket down to see if possibly I could use the same bracket, but reconfiguring where the pulley sits is I'm going to set it up like this. Now we'll take it underneath. Seems to spin okay. So, okay. So now, look at, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this piece off so I can have this as flat as possible to weld. And I will be right back. Okay. So, the new pulley is on there. If you look at it, it's good alignment. Let me take and just kind of stick this belt on there so you can see how it's going to work. So there's the hanger it's going to go through. That basically is to keep it from in line, I guess. And then there's the pulley. There's how it's staying in line. I think it's going to work real good. and do what it needs to do. Pretty simple fix. Now, just waiting on the owner to bring me a belt. All right, so the owner couldn't get, or the person who's taking care of the business couldn't get me a belt until later on, but I found that the deck drive belt, which I had taken off, is the same length as the tractor drive belt. So I took that off and put it on the power unit. So that's the pulley. And I did kind of just test it out, and I found that this, when I first put the pulley on, the pulley was pretty flat. And so the belt was slipping off of the pulley itself. So I took and I angled the pulley. So the pulley's got an angle on it for one. And then I took and I also put a piece of metal on it as a guide. And that way if the belt's gotta, hang, it'll hang. But then once it gets up on there, it'll start running up on the pulley. And as you can see, the pulley seems to turn okay. Don't seem to be any problems there. It turns pretty freely. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the unit back together, and it won't have the deck on it until I can get the other pulley for it. But I need to get this out of here, make it drivable so I can at least get it out of here. And then because I've got another project in this video that I'm going to be pulling out and getting running, and that unit will be for sale once I get it ready. Let's see if I can. All right, ready? Let's do this. Okay, so moved it out. Seems to go okay. I was watching to see what the pulley was doing, and she's riding the belt's riding the pulley just as it's supposed to, and I don't think he'll have any more problems with that at all. Seems to have plenty of horsepower. It's a good little motor. It's just piss poor engineering, but the mower itself seems to work the way it should. So we will move on and go to the next project. Even though I'm not done with this, once he gets me a belt, then I will get the belt on the deck and get the deck back underneath of it, and she'll be good to go. Like I said, that belt, it's actually a bigger belt, thicker belt than the belt that was on it before. So in all honesty, that belt should last him for the life of the motor. So unless a bearing goes out on a pulley, that idler pulley that I put in, and that's basically what it is. It's an idler pulley, changes the direction. So all right, on to the next thing. All right, so the next project is to get something that hasn't ran in a while, and that's this girl right here. She is a Poland Pro, 22 horsepower, 54-inch cut. She has a 54-inch deck. She's dirty. She hasn't been started in a while, but she runs just fine. She just hasn't ran in a couple of years. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the air breather off. Check the oil in her. As you can see, the oil is good. Sitting right in between the two dots. She's out of gas. Put some gas in her.
Seems to run out just fine. No smoking.
Well, she doesn't have the best of gas in her, I'm sure, but I just got done taking it out and doing some mowing with it. So I built the little receiver hitch. It's got a hole in the back. And so the reason I built this was because it set a cinder block, and that gave more weight to the tires. So that's how that worked out. Ah, little tack in the tire. Now this here is not welded to anything. So if a person wanted to take it off, they could. It's all bolted. Okay, it's even bolted down here. So it's all bolted on there. So this will unbolt. But I mean, it's nice. Like you can have your wife ride along with you or something like that if you wanted to. But you definitely can handle anything that I put on it as far as a 1 inch is concerned, and it'll pull a wagon around really easily, or whatever else you want to attach to it. Anyway, that's going to be it for today, and be back again tomorrow. Morning, it's another day, and back at it. So the guy that's taking care of the lawn mowing business, he is struggling to find a belt, and he's been working another job as well. So it's been tough for him to get away because his job has been pretty demanding. This is the deck. And if you remember what it looked like before, to clean it up, paint it up, make it look a little better than what it did. And now it's time to get it under that. So let's get it done. So one thing I got lucky with is, I don't know if it'll work the Franken mower, but it will work for this, and it'll at least get the guy back his mower. So I happen to have a 40-inch belt, which is what it takes, and it's in good shape. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use this belt, and if he comes across another belt, or he can get the belt that I need for me, that way at least he can get back to work, mowing the lawns and stuff like that on his off times. I'll get this on there. Deck is ready to go on. Now, you just gotta get the belt on. The last time what I did was, I put it on here, and I took, and that's what I did. She is on. So the deck is on. It's working as it should. He is ready to go to work. So took the power washer to it and cleaned her up. These battery cables were all loose, so she was having trouble starting. Fixed all that. So now she is not full of birdie no more. And she's got a new pulley system. And it works very well. Now let's go out and see how she mows. Okay, so as you can see, it seems to mow just fine. All fixed up, ready to go. I will let the customer know. He can come and pick it up at his convenience. Anyway, I thank you for watching, and if you like the video, please subscribe, watch all my other videos, put a like up there, ring that little bell icon. Keep watching for new videos to come. Put a little note in the comments. Y'all take care. Hope you have a good weekend.